Everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. I'm hyped because we're very close to revision. The demo party that will finally be back at the eWork in physical person after 3 years of being online. Very excited to see everyone again and meet everyone and hopefully maybe do some productions for the competitions. And I decided to do a series of videos to hype up the different competitions that exist at revision. Probably won't have time to go through all of them, so let me know in the comments which ones you would prefer me to cover on this video. This one, as you already noticed, is the modern graphics competition hype. So what I'm going to do is going to go throughout the entire history of revision and give you some highlights, talk a little bit about the different entries that were given, and hopefully motivate you to submit something at revision. If you're a newcomer, don't be too scared of the high quality of the competition. The concept is to share what you've been working on, not to necessarily win the competition out of the bat. So submit anyways, even if you're a new person. And it's also interesting to see the history on how people progress throughout the years. And you will see that a lot here on the revision results. So let's take a look. The graphics competitions information, if you need to know, which you should know, one entry per artist allowed, so make sure you pick your best work. Maximum resolution is full HD, only still images, and no AI stuff required. For the modern graphics in particular, you also have the added thing that everything that you do on the image must be your own, must not have third-party content. So if you use textures for 3D modeling or something, you need to make sure that the textures you are allowed to use everything. It must be your own work. So yeah, can go over these things later. Let's talk about the different years of revision and the different releases that happened there. So in 2011, the first year of revision that it took place, replacing what was Breakpoint before then at the Easter holidays, we had a total of 17 entries on the graphics compo. Modern graphics is a pretty much established competition in the demo scene parties. It just combines the evolution from what used to be pixel art graphics that started being more Photoshop sort of works. Anyways, 17 entries. You can see here SSC from Attention Horror. Not gonna say all of these names, but you can see the quality of the different entries. Racism, because it has different stripes. Yeah, it's racist. Only releasing here, Acryl also a legendary graphic artist in the demo scene. A lot of high quality stuff. And then the two main highlights that I would like to show you is Passing By. I made a bomb. There you go. Very high quality. Made is also long-time artist in the demo scene, has been active since '92, I believe. So he has a lot of experience under his belt, and he has been competing very recurringly at revision. So you'll see his name a lot on this different layouts. Let's go back and show also the winner by Trenox of Junk. Was actually very good render as well, like a very complex metal character there. I like that it has the story as well into the thing, so it's not just a model, it's a whole scene, it tells a story. So I think it distinguishes a lot from what used to happen in modern graphics, which was you just naked lady or fantasy setting or something like that. Nowadays you need more attention to composition and telling a story. Trenox, this was the last year that was actually active in the demo scene. If you check his demo history, he only released something in 2012 at another party, and he hasn't been very active. So sad to see Soren go, but yeah, thank you for all the fish. Then moving on to 2012, and you already saw a very happy face there from NTSC of Cocoon. That's a very good image. Total 16 entries. Gonna go through all of them really quick. And you see there's the level of quality. There's always some that are not very high quality, but it's interesting. Even if you're a newcomer, you should always submit something. The idea should be behind the compo should be to submit what you've been working on and not necessarily submit something to win. Entry by Iloe, she also been participating a lot of times. Likan got 8th place here. She will place a lot higher on the following years. X-Byte, the Oni as well, which also became legendary on Revision graphics compos. The image by NTSC. I particularly like the Hello Kitty reference on the chest. This was a really good image by NTSC. Prince Slayer, an old Polish graphician as well, got 3rd place. Cadae by Made of Bomb, it's very high quality. Look at the quality of the details on the horns. Like, that's ridiculous. Really good quality. Really love this one. And then in 1st place, Escape from Paradise by Darklight. Also good quality with a steampunk sort of reference to it. Really cool. So yeah, this was 2012 on Revision. And let's move on to 2013. Take a look at the entries that were submitted. 18 entries, so still a lot of competition. Submission here by Betoikos. I know. Nitrik also submitting something. Nitrik also very active. Likan again. The chainsaw thing. Iloe, which also submitted previous year. Darklight again, which participated on the previous year. You can see a lot of recurring names throughout the years, and Oni getting in 4th place. This actually, you can see a lot of the details here, but it's a very detailed image. Like, look at all the sketches that you can see there. Not sure if this is sketched by hand or 3D render. Probably sketched. I would venture that it's a sketch. Lighting, very good. And here you go, a fantasy setting. It's usually the recurring theme on some of the winner compos is either women or fantasy setting of some sort. Double Trouble by Royal Forces. This is the only picture we've seen by Dual Forces ever on the demo scene. It's rumored that he might be an alias of Forcer, which was a United States senior that participated throughout 2012. He participated on a lot of demo parties remotely, like submitting an entry for every single party. Well, not every single one, but like 6 of them or something. And then he did this entry for Revision. Well, supposedly, some people rumor that is, but because the style looks very much similar to the style that he had on the other images. That's why people say that. It's cool that it tells a story, different elements here, which you really need to take time to, check every single little element. So that really, I think, helped sell it a lot. Moving on to the next year, we have 2014. Only 13 entries, so a little less than on 2013. Let's take a look at the entries. I guess put a Luddy here, there. Okay, kinky stuff. Iloe and Likan always sort of in the middle of the table here. Only another 4th place since last year, still Clouds. Also a very good entry. A lot of detail. Unreal by Kangaroo. Unreal also been very active for many years. I think his first participation was actually in 2000 and I want to say 12. No, I'm checking the notes here, and Unreal's been active since 92, and I knew this. I just got confused because I was looking for things instead of thinking. Unreal's been active since 92. Is always very proficient graphician from Hungary. He's participated on a lot of different competitions throughout the years. Good quality here, and you will see a few other entries from him here at Revision as well on the following years as well. Then in 2nd place, Rorque, which has been active since the 90s. I'm checking my notes here, and Also very good entry. Little of I want to say cyberpunk vibe, but it's not really cyberpunk. It's more dark Asian sort of looking, mysterious. I like the cats there in the corner, which you can see. There are the cats. So yeah, interesting image as well. And then the winner was made. The original goat. With Animal Rain. The details of the owl alone are just ridiculous. Very high quality. So yeah, that was revision 2014. So let's take a look at 2015 now. 11 entries, so you can see that the number of entries has been declining a little bit on these years. A second, Rorque. Cody goes down, nice render there. Oh, a lot of detail here. Steampunk sort of thing. Illo and Mate making a collaboration. Unreal again, as I mentioned on the previous year, he's been submitting a lot for revision. Very high quality. I really like this one. I hide myself a little bit here as well. So yeah, really good stuff. Then Equality got third place. Like the metal has a very interesting thing. I wonder if this was 3D rendered or photoshopped or a mix of both. Probably a mix of both. That would be my guess. Made got second place. And then Slayer got first place with this steampunk influenced sort of thing. Ghost Train. They made a demo around the steampunk thing, so this is probably the year that that demo got released. This was one of the entries from the demo itself, one of the graphics from the demo itself. Next year, 2016, the rise of Dickbot, which was, I guess, a reference to EvilBot. More EvilBot. Aquaman's Quest. More EvilBot. Nice Tiger Eye there by Callisto. Off-White, and this was a very good entry by Off-White. And Off-White, this was the first time she participated at Revision, but she's been active on doing graphics for demo parties already quite a few times before. She won several competitions at The Gathering. She's been active since 2006, and great eye and great skill. Talent for drawing. So really cool to see Off-White participating at Revision as well. And Made with third place. Like the Panda Fox there. Unreal again. And then Oni winning the combo after many years of getting fourth place. Very good fantasy themed here. Like the proportions, really cool. Okay, so moving on to the next year of competition. So you have 2017. Little pixel art there. First Spirit. Some Rave. Callisto again. Prince again. Eloy again. So you can see a recurring names, a lot of recurring names, and it's interesting to. It has two sides. On one hand, it's very interesting to see the evolution that they have throughout the years and how they compare and how they keep coming back to the same party to prove themselves again and show themselves again. And it creates like a lore around the party competition itself, who is most expected to participate, who is most likely to win. At the same time, it's a bit depressing because you wish there were more newcomers challenging these same names. So there's also that trade-off as well. Unreal participating again, also very good entry. This was a really good combo this year. Less number of entries, but very, very high quality. Likan getting fourth place. Oh, those are monsters. Wow. Off-White again. We already saw her participating last year. Another fantasy theme, nature fantasy theme thing. Really cool. Continuum by Maid. Like that there's like a reflection thing. And then the winner to Oni again. This time with a space scene. Really cool. Like ruins of some ancient civilization of some sort. Interesting. So, moving on to 2018, The Blind Hunter, Demon's Call, Eloy again. This one was pretty good. Yeah, like the style is slightly different from her previous stuff. Ixion feels like a 3D render, but pretty good. Wait, this is a photo or this is a render? Looks like a render with fluffy things, which is not very good to get on rendering, so good work. Lincoln again, some dryads, really cool. Probably would get Twitch ban because it shows tits. And Maid with some sci-fi stuff like the pyramids floating. Got the detail on those mountains, that's ridiculous. You see the little man here, have to get out of the way so you can see him. Great composition. Unreal getting second place. I need to hide myself so you can see the little knight there. Challenging the dragon. Really cool scene. Good idea. Good execution. And then we have King Noodles, which got first place. Very nice sci-fi piece as well. Really good combo. Okay, moving on. The last year before the pandemic hit, we had 22 entries, so more entries than usual. And let's take a look at what we had. Warriors of the Red and Green Hand. Very basic thing. The Rabbit Hole. This guy could go either way. Stockholm Syndrome. Three-Headed Monkey. An homage to both. So this has a story behind it. So the three-headed monkey is a reference to Monkey Island, obviously, but also how Job started the brewery, and the brewery was called Three-Headed Monkey, as a reference to Monkey Island. So this image is featuring that, and it's on the e-work, and they were giving out beer, or some of the beer that they had during the party, so you could. If you knew the right people, you could ask for a glass of their beer, and they would offer it to you. So, so this was a little promo that they had for their beer as well. So interesting. The Arrival. Okay. Ixion again, submitting Callisto. Callisto has been improving a lot throughout the years as well. You know, dragon themed. A little rough around the edges on the texturing, but other than that, looks cool. Nunk by Lila, 3D render, probably using Blender, really good composition as well. Aquador, wow, look at the quality of this. Are these watercolors? I think it's all watercolors and rendered scanned. Really cool. I love finding these hidden gems on the compos. Like, it didn't place very well, but it's like really good quality. It's a really good combo overall. Like the quality of these, like we are in the top 10 and the quality is already ridiculous. Exoset also always has very funny style. Splitting Headache. Oh, nice one. Living Titan by Uncle X. I guess it's a Povray thing. Uncle X used to do Povray things. Rhino Beetles by Alex. This was like the first and only submission of Alex. Well, he did 2 submissions for revision, for this year's revision. And then he hasn't submitted anything. Or if he has, I don't know who he is. So if anyone knows who this Alex person is, would love to know if he did anything else on the demo scene or not. Made redoing the entry from last year's Unreal. But this time slightly different. I'm not quite sure on this head here. It looks a bit off, but other than that, like the detail on of the dragon is really cool. So really nice, like remixing the idea from someone else, like as a wink to them. But the winner was for Oni again, and at this point, people started calling this the Oni combo because Oni would always win, and he wins because this has this very good strategy of doing concept art and developing the whole world behind this his entry. Not sure if he mixes different things here, if he also mixes like a blender to do the mech thing, or if it's all drawn. But like the attention like to the world itself, it's crazy good. So really good work. Moving on to another year, 2020. This was revision went online because of the pandemic. 20 entries. Let's take a look at the quality. Some mixed quality early on. Lila trying to draw instead of doing 3D. Shadow Duck, Tropical Trevor. This looks like the executable graphics even. But there is an executable graphics category, so it's probably not. This one reminds me a lot of 2000s aesthetics, like the Y2K sort of things of having layers and this design elements on the corner. So very interesting. What else? Fish. Shipwreck. Oh, okay. Approaching lips. Wow, look at the quality of this. Really cool. Great shading. Giveaway as well. Very good entry. Like the floating hair, all very hard to get. That was the part that she had most trouble with, I think. El Swampo by Elman, Guy by Maid. It's probably worth checking full screen. Yeah, the recurring triangle floating pyramids thing. The Maid loves doing animals as well a lot. This very legendary image that he drew of flying whales as well. And here he goes back to that theme of having fish flying around. Prediction by Unreal. Very high quality as well. And then coffee break from the Oni combo. Very nice quality. I love how there's like some plants inside the helmet. Very nice touch. So, moving on to 2021, and we're reaching the end of this video. 2021, we had the Grungy Mark, Michael Salka, The Plague, Fantine, Reflex, Pixel Graphics, entry by Emma, Shanti recurring again, Mermaids by Eloe, The Rift by Callisto. Oh, very nice render image by Lila again. Together, I really love the style on this one. Like very unique sort of. It's not pixel art, but it does go back to those aliasing ways that was very common to see on pixel artwork. So really cool. Technically at Home by Wayfinder. Lapidotera by Faith. Faith has been participating at revision a lot as well. She usually does the paint overs more than she does the modern graphics, I think. Sky Circus by Critical. Fait des Jardins by Lican. Delta, I made. A lot of detail. Like, what is that? Is it like... It's like engravings? Is it supposed to be tattoos? Is it supposed to be bones? Is it supposed to be hair? And then the glass. So many different things happening. And the workshop from the Oni combo. A lot of details as well. I think all of this was in Blender, and I actually did a video with the Mystery Demoscene Theater recording with Maid, Oni, and Lika. Then we were talking about the different combos, and Oni actually showed some steps for this, and like he would model the different parts and zoom in on different parts, and that's like ridiculous amount of work that goes into this. Like just doing these little things that you barely see far away, and it has so much amount of detail. It's so ridiculous. Really good stuff. Okay, and then the last year, 2022. What happened last year? We had more entries than usual. Memories by New, Rising Above, Emma doing another entry, Krigon, The Meeting by Yogi Bear, Mr. Bunny, Night Watch, ooh, freaky. Equation by Lila, another 3D render of hers, very good, with the glows, really cool. Metal Meals by Android, he also released something previously. Quixotada, this was very funny. Oh, executable graphics? Shouldn't this be on executable graphic? Well, the executable graphics Activision is for 4 kilobyte executables only, and it has a limited render time, so you may sometimes be working on an executable graphics entry that like overflows the amount of rendering time needed or something like that, and it ends up being thrown at modern graphics competition just for the sake of releasing it. So I'm guessing that's what might have happened here for Sone Mesehale. Oh, a dragon and a plane. Dragon Dance by Neotheta. Neotheta have been releasing quite a few times at Revision as well. I remember this one. This one was like multiple Commodore 64 screens together using the Commodore 64 palette, but going outside the resolution of the Commodore 64. Erbion Grandeur by Loebo, doing rendering of Erbion. No school like old school. This is funny because it looks like a photo, but I guess it's a rendering. And this is why people really voted up. Really very realistic rendering. Revision also has a photo competition, so if you like taking photos and participating, you can also submit to that. Miss All. Interesting, but I don't quite get why I got third place, but interesting. This one is a totally crazy thing. I'm guessing that this is 3D rendered. This is the first time that Darky released something outside of Finland, I believe. He's been active for, or he had been active before a lot on Finnish demo parties. He won several assemblies even, and assembly has pretty good graphics competition as well. So he's very relatively seasoned. He only started in 2008, but he has a lot of experience submitting to different competitions, and this was an amazing entry. Look at the quality of the detail and all the things. I think that the fish were rendered, but it could have been drawn, or maybe a mix of both. Really cool stuff. And the winner, of course, the Oni compo winner is Oni. Really good attention to the detail, like the proportion of the man and the entity thing. Really cool. I guess this is like the tree of life and is reaping the fruits of the tree of life. Really good lore, like the attention on detail, like the background statues and stuff like that. The texture on the tree. Really good quality stuff. So yeah, that's the last entry that I had to show you. I hope I motivated you to participate at the modern graphics competition at Revision. They always have the Oni compo welcomes your entries. Try to dethrone Oni from the #1 spot. But you don't have to do this high quality work to contribute. You can still just submit your entry, whatever you've been working on, if you feel like sharing with others. It's also a lot of the social part of the demo scene, you know, is showing your work and then talking with the other people who submitted something or no graphics, and, you know, discuss, get some feedback out of your entry, what could have been better, what troubles you had, the techniques that you used. And it happens a lot naturally when you are in person. Online is a bit harder to get that kind of feedback and dynamic going. You sort of miss like a compo room, like I'd have an assembly to discuss the different things about the different images. But in person is a lot easier because you just seen the compo, you're still, you know, sitting in front of the big screen, you see the other people who submitted, you go there and talk with them, say, oh, I really like your entry, what did you think about mine? And you get these discussions going, which are really cool to have and see. And I'm very much looking forward to witnessing them again live at Revision again this year. So Revision happening 7th to 10th of April in Saarbrücken. I already got my ticket. I'm already going unless something terribly horrible happens. So yeah, hope to see you there. And I want to do more of these videos. Let me know what compos you want me to cover, because I don't think I will have time to cover all of the compos that exist at Revision. There are a lot of compos at Revision. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and see you around. Bye bye everyone. Take care. Have a great day.